One of the big problems in the country right now, perhaps the biggest problem in the country, is that by the polling data, Americans believe that their neighbors are their enemies, and the biggest problem facing America is internal. And a lot of that is self-reinforcing. A lot of that is self-perpetuating. If your neighbor says you are their enemy, and then you say, well, if he thinks I'm his enemy, then he's my enemy, what you end up with is a cycle of partisan polarization that is unbridgeable. And once it becomes unbridgeable, you are in fact effectuating higher levels of hatred and violence. And that is a real thing in the United States. I use Gavin Newsom as a model here because Gavin Newsom is playing a two-faced game. Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, he will do a podcast with Charlie and then acknowledge that Charlie was a nice human being and all the rest. But then he will just spew absolute nonsense in public about how the end of the republic is nigh.
I fear that we will not have an election in 2028. I really mean that. In the core of my soul, unless we wake up to the code red, what's happening in this country, and we wake up soberly to how serious this moment is.
Okay, there's only one problem. He doesn't believe that. He simply does not believe that. And yet he continues to promote that. And that's a problem. It's a problem. Whenever you have one side in a country say that if the other side wins an election, the country is legitimately over. It's the end of the country. And then the other side responds with the same thing. Then you basically have a cold civil war. And that is not something that we want here in the United States. And that cold civil war will have violent spillover.